It's Tammy Joe's Biscuit Adventure. She's got a biscuit, she's gonna eat it, she's gonna talk about it. Well, hello there, and welcome to my house. Today, we'll be making biscuits in my kitchen. What? Woo, fancy camera move. Why don't you come with me and my flour? Welcome to my kitchen. Alright, so I'm going to be making Maryland's biscuits today. Maryland's biscuit is a drop biscuit as opposed to a cut biscuit. Now, you may be wondering, what's that? A drop biscuit is when you take a biscuit and you drop it in flour. And a cut biscuit is when you cut it. So the first thing that I want to do is melt some butter. And actually, the recipe that I'll be using today is from my biscuit making class. It's always important in baking to follow a recipe, whether that's in your head or it's on paper. Baking requires precision. Oh, here's one. I thought I had a bigger bowl. And this is my pal, the Southern Biscuit Self-Rising Flour. Now we're using that because it already has some baking powder in it. If I was using an all-purpose flour, I would then add a little bit more baking powder. And I'm going to be putting the butter in the pan, like so. So what's in here are 2.5 cups of flour.
Flour? Is that the self-rising flour?
Self-rising flour, 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon, and then a pinch more of sugar. That's whisked. So we have a great local farm here in Chapel Hill. Actually, it's in Hillsboro, and it's called Mapleview Farms. So this is some local buttermilk.
What is buttermilk?
Buttermilk is whole milk, culture, modified food starch, phosphate, guar gum, and carrageenan and locust gum and vitamin D. It's milk that's buttered.
Okay.
So I want 1 cup.
This is shortening. It looks like cream cheese.
It does look like cream cheese. So I'm going to take my cubes of shortening, place them into my dry ingredient batter. My mother says that the best tool in your kitchen are your hands. All right, so I want this to be like a coarse cornmeal. I'm going to stir in the buttermilk, like so. I wonder if this is similar to colostrum.
Looks like tuna salad.
I want to say that I am not an expert. I am learning to become one. I am only a novice biscuit maker. I would say I'm an intermediate biscuit eater, and I'm an expert biscuit ranker. I'm just trying to not embarrass myself by making biscuits for my friends. So it's time for the drop time. It's time for the dropping. Okay, this is all-purpose flour. You don't want to use self-rising flour for this part of it because what will happen is the edges will taste kind of like weird. I'm going to use an ice cream scooper, and I'm scooping out some biscuit dough. Then I'm going to take the biscuit dough, and now you see I have a separate bowl of flour here, and I'm going to drop that biscuit. I'm going to turn it around so that all of this biscuit experiences the flour, and then I'm going to shape it. So I'm going to use like a C approach. Now I know how Julia Child felt. Alright, so that's my first batch of biscuits. I'm going to put that in the oven. Again, my oven is at 450, and I'm going to put it in for 20 to 25 minutes. Boom! Biscuits. Ooh. That's a hot biscuit. Drizzle that butter on your biscuit. Well, I know you can't feel it, but this is warm. And it smells like flour. Not flowers, flour. It's very soft. Do you see the steam rising up? Can you see it? All right, so notice there's no burn bite. Ooh, it's hot, 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 hot. It has a strong doughy feel to it. It's not my favorite. I really feel like the biscuit could be advanced with Parmesan, cracked pepper, a smear of jam.
Do you want Parmesan jam?
No, I don't. I don't right now. I'm just saying, for my future biscuit adventures, I would say that I'm plateauing at 6.6 in my biscuit making. It's a basic biscuit. It doesn't impress me. It doesn't disappoint me. It's still good. I just know that there's a lot of room for improvement.
She's got a biscuit, she's gonna eat it, she's gonna talk about it.
I need to make biscuits.